Hey, what's up, everybody? I just thought I'd make a new video just to raise awareness of what the CDC is actually talking about in this document entitled Operational Considerations in Humanitarian Settings. We're talking about the terms green zone detainment camps are actually being used by the CDC in this document. And we're talking about people who haven't even tested positive for this COVID virus. I'm not joking. We're talking about people who the CDC deems to be at high risk uh, for severe illness due to if they were to catch the COVID virus. Okay, this is in their words, not mine. Of course, some elderly is mentioned, but it goes beyond that. Or also including children. The CDC says. We're talking about folks who suffer from obesity, even severe heart conditions. Now, whether that would also include folks who suffer from high blood pressure or high cholesterol levels, so on and so forth, and also diabetic people. Type 2 diabetes is mentioned, among some other ailments, of course. But so we have people who suffer, say, for instance, from diabetes, obesity. Think about it. Are actually, according to this these detainment protocols that are actually discussed in this document, which I encourage you to go check it out for yourself. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can read it yourself. Like I said, we're talking about 3 levels here. The first level being the household level of separating or isolating family members who had high risk, like I said, for some of the reasons I mentioned already, say into their own room. And we're also talking about monitors involved here as far as limiting access to these family members who are being isolated in their own households. And we're also talking about the second level that's mentioned is the neighborhood level, where you basically are talking about 5 to 10 households joining together. That's sort of like a small, like a mini camp zone. And once again, they're referred to as green zones, or safe zones, in other words. So, where you would actually literally have house swapping among neighbors, where basically they would put all the high risk individuals. Remember, we're not talking about people who have actually already that have tested positive for the COVID. We're talking about people who have not yet tested positive. Okay, we're not. This is really whacked up. You would also have a shared communal facilities, for restroom purposes and so on and so forth. But you put all the high risk individuals in the same households together, which is kind of weird. On the third level is what's called the camp sector level, where community buildings such as schools and other buildings would actually be used to detain up to a maximum of 50 high risk individuals. And like you said, you would have staff members that would be recommended to act as monitors, like I said, to restrict access to these high-risk individuals into these isolated green zone areas. But it's not just only as far as the monitoring is concerned, it's not only just to monitor possible spread of COVID among people who have not yet tested positive, mind you, but also there is an expectation of various psychosocial consequences of emotional distresses, increased levels of anxieties, depression, substance abuse, because, of course, of the stresses and added stresses due to isolated, separated family members. And there's even it even goes too far as to acknowledge that there would actually even be an expectation of women and girls being victimized by sexual abuse and also partner abuse, of all things. So, I mean, there are, once again, emotional, just people suffering from depression because of placement in these detainment camps. And of course, there's going to be, uh, mental uh, risks that are involved. We're talking about a total clampdown on societies, or at least certain sectors of society, wherever these, green zone detainment camps would actually be implemented. And we know some states, such as New York, of course, with Cuomo trying to basically shut down the state, and in other places too, like California with Gavin Newsom, of course. But even Ohio, they have the governor declared a curfew of all things. But at any rate, so like I said, so who knows where these green zone detainment camps would actually be implemented at? But like I said, I highly recommend you go and check out the document and come up to your own conclusion, see what you think for yourselves. And it's about a 10-15 minute read, something like that. So, all right, well, that's basically all I really wanted to say for right now. Hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving.